Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I am helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic way. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So today, I want to make a video for those that are in a dark place. Those that are having trouble seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Something that can help you get through darker times. First of all, we know that everything is temporary and this is part of life, the lessons, the ups and the downs. This is all part of the process, part of the cycle. Remember, there are ebbs and flows. There are times when things are going to seem stagnant. There are times when things are going to flow. There's ebb and flow to everything in life, right? So, what has helped me get through darker times? Whether that's I went through addiction, mom ending her life, people passing away, people coming and going, right? Different types of trauma. It can seem hopeless. It can seem like there's no way out. It seems like you're stuck. It seems like you're going to be in this cycle forever. But know that you're being stuck in an illusion. You can think a different way. You can feel a different way. You can act a different way. Respond a different way. That has the power to change the whole reality. But when you're in a loop like that, when you're so used to thinking and feeling a certain way, we get addicted to the misery, right? It becomes a pattern, and it can be like a loop that's hard to get out of. So sometimes you just have to find some kind of glimpse of hope in the moment, some kind of vision of. You have to be able to see a vision beyond your current circumstances, knowing that this is not the end-all be-all. There's a way bigger universal world out there, right? This is just a very small slither in time. And sometimes you get a glimpse of light of the way something could be, or something that you are passionate about. A glimpse of hope, a glimpse of something that gives you kind of excitement, right? Of something that makes you know that there isn't all this is, that there's something beyond that you have a purpose, something beyond that. When I went through my addiction, I created this YouTube channel 2 years before I started uploading content. Even though I was in a dark space, I was inspired to have the channel name that I have. And in that moment, there was a glimpse of some kind of hope. I had some kind of excitement. I had some kind of vision of doing this. I didn't know exactly how or when, but I had a dream that I was going to be a content creator, and that name came up, Trailblazers of the Universe. Even in my bad, dark state, I had a little for a second there, even though it was in a very dark space. I had a moment of hope, a moment of clarity. I knew that I was inner knowing, it was connected to my intuition, inner knowing that was going to happen. And I just I was reserving the spot because I knew I got that down at the time that was going to be something I was going to do. I had, little did I know, I was going to go to rehab. I was going to do a lot of things to prove myself and heal so I could be more stable to even do this kind of stuff. But that's just an example of what I'm talking about. Or sometimes you're in a dark space, you're in a bad space, and something makes you laugh. Or there's a synchronicity of something that gives you some kind of hope, or that tells you you're on the right path, or that it's going to be okay. You look for those kind of synchronicities are good too when you're in a darker space. And just know that the people that have been through the worst experiences, the darkest experiences, are usually the ones that can inspire people the most. That they know how to transmute that and let it empower them. So even though you might be in a very dark space, all that energy from that, the darkness, all the pain, the suffering you're going through, could be darkening of the soul. It's all going to be used to empower you to do something better. You'll look back, like I look back at those times, and I wanted to give up, and because I didn't, because I had some kind of spark in me was still there, even though it was very dim. I held on to that, and I followed that, and I started to let it take me towards certain things, even though these things were outside my comfort zone, like going to rehab, creating a YouTube channel, doing things to heal myself, better myself, that were way out of my comfort zone. I just started to take these little hunches I had, these downloads, right, and I just started to follow them, follow that spark. When you get, even if you get a small spark sometimes, it can lead you to something you're passionate about, or just you're being guided, divinely guided to go in that direction. So sometimes you have to be more open and follow that, because if you're just closed off and you're just shutting everything down, that then you're not as open to the possibilities of you getting out of that situation. Sometimes the answers are right in front of you. Sometimes it's all within you, but you're looking on the outside, looking at my circumstance and saying, "Oh, look how everything looks. Oh, this can never change." But it's not out there; it's within you. And the more you keep looking to your circumstance for validation, the more powerless you become. So it's about kind of going within, meditating. That sometimes that means you're losing all the friends or the people. I wouldn't even call them friends. Sometimes people that aren't meant to be in your life. You can feel like you're alone all the time. But me even being alone through all those experiences, or I just call it solitude at this point. But I felt lonely and all that stuff. But I needed to be by myself to get that intuition, to find out what I really want in life, who was meant to be in my life and who wasn't, even though everyone left, everyone was gone. It was really dark, and I feel like I had nobody. That's when I learned the most about myself. I learned to be happy with myself. I learned to heal myself. I was dependent on my own self, and I was more dependent. I was not depending on other people, and I got the downloads quicker. I got the intuition of what the next move I was supposed to make, because I separated myself from a lot of things. Even though it was painful, that's when I had my greatest power. At the time, I didn't realize that that time was when I had my greatest power or inspiration to get out of that. Sometimes you have enough suffering and it does inspire you to take action and move. Sometimes people feel stuck, but I started to think differently, feel differently, act differently. I realized I had nothing else to lose. Just those small glimpses of hope every once in a while, those small synchronicities, those small instances of joy, those moments where we even laugh about it because it's so ridiculous. Those are sometimes the moments where you find the clarity and you have the inspiration, the intuition of what you need to do to get out of that situation, or maybe someone you connect with that's going to help you. And sometimes during those times, we're closed off, right? But sometimes there are people that come to literally help us, to guide us through those moments. And if we're not open to it, you can miss out on opportunities, right? So it's being a little bit more open as well. Being closed off means closed off to receive. There could be people, opportunities, things that could be helping you or giving you that spark, the inspiration, and you're not open to it. So this was a little bit of a rant video, but it was just some inspiration for anyone that's a dark space and feels stuck, like they can't get out. Those are some perspectives that I had, some things that have helped me, some of my experiences. I'm not saying life's all good, all great all the time. That's unrealistic to be like that all the time. But I think it's just having a wider perspective. Most of all, it's just having seeing the bigger picture, that moment, it's a temporary snapshot of time in this big scheme of things, and kind of just allowing the feelings to come up, allowing you to feel how you feel, because that sometimes those emotions are what drive us to where we need to go, or where we want to go, or they create some kind of passion within us, and then we get a glimpse of hope or a glimpse of light or something that shows us that it's going to be okay, or that to hang in there. You'll get some kind of sign from some kind of synchronicity or your sign, and that's when you know you're on the right path, and maybe you're starting to feel a little differently. And if you start following those, instead of following those negative feelings and thoughts, and start to follow the passion, the light, the spark of passion, of something that brings up your spirits. You notice when your vibration starts to go higher, when you talk about certain things, when someone says something, a light bulb goes off, right? Sometimes you have to follow that more, being more aware of that, and paying more attention to that, and then you'll be led to better opportunities or something that's going to help you in that moment to get to the next step. It isn't always about taking a huge step. Sometimes it's taking a little step outside of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable, get out of your comfort zone. That's when things are going to change for you. When you can actually take a step out of your comfort zone, even though you're miserable, even though you might not even have motivation to, be willing to push yourself a little bit outside of that comfort zone, being able to receive more, connecting, feel more being willing to do something to heal yourself, to feel better, that's healthy for you. Those little things add up, and when you continue to do that, then your reality will start to change, because you're thinking, feeling, and acting differently. When you think, feel, and act differently, your reality has to change. So that's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, an Instagram, and a TikTok. If you're interested in that, my contact information is in this video description as well. I also offer transformational and spiritual coaching. If you're interested in that, my contact information is in this video. Have a good day. Namaste.